And now we're live.
Awesome.
A man that needs no introduction, Chris Paget from Lifter LMS, a staple of the Groundhog community. You know what you're doing. I'm gonna give you the floor and take it away.
Awesome, Adrian. Well, thank you so much for having me. Thank you, everybody who's here. And I just want to give props to Adrian and the Groundhog crew. You guys really know how to put on an event. And I love what you do in social media and bringing together people for events like this. So thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here. See some folks in the chat, Alex, Kristen, Paul. If you guys can hear me and see me, if you could just drop a comment so I know we're doing good here. And I'm going to jump right into the presentation here. So let me share my screen, get this party started. So if somebody could let me know in the chat that you've got the slides, just write the word slides in the chat. And cool, I'm off to the races. Welcome, Paul. Cool. So this is all about how to build a 6-figure course plan in 5 days. So you can create a money-making course plan so that you can confidently launch your course without wasting time and money. The big challenge we have in this industry is a lot of people, they don't really put the plan together. They get really excited. They buy software for courses and CRMs and marketing automation like Groundhog. But for this business to work as either a side hustle or a main event, it's really important to have a plan. So I've taken a decade of what I've learned in this industry, seeing people do really well with their courses and their coaching programs, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, and I've condensed it down into a 5-day process, which I'm going to share with you the whole 5 days with you today. I am going to put a link in the chat. I'm actually going to stop sharing my screen for a second and just get you the link so that you can get into the course that has all this, what I'm going to share with you today, as well as 3 big bonuses and all the worksheets and stuff that you're going to see today. So let me just get that in the chat and we'll get this party started. I will remember to share that again at the end. So let's see here. Oops, I accidentally shared my slides link, but you can see it in there. Let me make sure I got this right. HTTPS. Sorry about the start there. I had the wrong URL in there. So it's lifterlikes.com/challenge. That's what you want to click. When you click on that, you're going to get everything that you see today, plus 3 bonuses and the worksheet so that you can implement this. So let me get my share going again and we'll get this party started. So there we go. Hold on, that's not right. Apologies, just 1 second while I get my screens right here. There we go. Cool. If somebody could just write slides in the chat so I know I'm good. I'm going to jump right into it here with you today. So this is for subject matter experts, people with something to teach. Almost everybody I've met has had a book to write inside of them, or a course they want to make, or a difference they want to make in the world, or they're just figuring out how to monetize what they know, their skills, their life experience, or perhaps you're a WordPress professional or agency owner that supports this industry. This will help you too look like a hero with your clients. So I'm Chris, the CEO and co-founder of Lifter LMS. We've done multi-millions in sales, 10 plus years in the industry. Throughout our software, our courses, our YouTube channel, our podcasts, we've helped over 67,000 course creators, and I've seen a few patterns along the way. Some fun case studies from our industry, people who are using Lifter LMS. Ziv Raviv teaches people how to tie animal balloons. This is a micro niche. He made $377K in 2021. It's a tight niche. So whenever somebody tells me that they're worried their niche is too small, I tell them about Ziv in Israel, who teaches this small niche of like 5,000 people in the world that are the total addressable market of these kid entertainers, how to become balloon artists. Angela Brown joined us several years ago. She had 0 YouTube subscribers. Now she's got a couple of 100,000, and she's known all over the world to help house cleaners and maids start and grow their companies. Huge success in a niche, helping other aspiring entrepreneurs in house cleaning. And then Jay Abraham, if you've been in marketing, you probably know who he is. But he's the guy behind some famous people you may know of, like Tony Robbins, and a lot of what we think of as the internet marketers. A lot of them the original internet marketers learned from Jay back in the day. Jay uses Lifter LMS to serve tons and tons of people in learning marketing and business. And he's done quite well for himself over the years. And so this is really the framework for how the 5 days work. I'm going to go over the whole thing for you right here in this time we have together. And then just click the link in the chat if you want to go take it at a slower pace over 5 days and get the bonuses and everything. And we're going to step through the process here. Day 0 is about getting your head right, getting ready and committed to success. Day 1 is about really stepping into your power or your expert state of mind and exactly getting focused on what you're going to do. Day 2 is all about focusing the avatar, who you're going to serve. Day 3 is about coming up with your winning offer. The offer is everything in business, and online courses are no different. And day 5 is around designing a success system to make sure that your learners succeed. Again, there's 3 bonuses. I'm going to show you how to launch a website with an online course in under 30 minutes, how to price your course appropriately for maximum income and reach, and then how to get traffic to your course. Those are bonuses we're not going to go into today, but click the link in the chat to get into the official version of the challenge. So, whoa, that jumped ahead. Let me get back. There we go. So day 0 is all about committing to actually doing the work. Creating a course is a process. It's not an event. So it's really important to block time in your calendar and commit to taking action, not just learning how to create a course, but actually, deciding to take action as you learn the various steps. I find it really important to set a launch date. You could do it as soon as 6 days from now if you follow the method I'm going to show you today. If you want to give yourself more time, give yourselves 2 weeks or a month, but it's totally doable. Day 1 is about stepping into your power. The problem is that if you don't do this, you're filled with doubt, you'll lose motivation, and you're ultimately going to end up unfulfilled. But if you do figure out how to step into your power, you're going to do so with confidence. It'll be easy to maintain your motivation, and you'll really create a meaningful life, or what I call creative freedom. So we'll know this is working when you feel a lot of extra energy. So as an entrepreneur, when you do step into your power, you have an unlimited well of energy that builds inside of you. It's kind of like the fuel for the engine of your business. And I'm going to show you how to find that here in just the next couple of minutes. So this is about getting more energy in 1 hour to power your course, motivation, and business forever. So pay attention here. If anybody hasn't heard of Ikigai, this is actually a Japanese concept that means reason for being. And it kind of describes your value or worth and how your life and your meaning and your purpose and all this all comes together to create joy for you in the world. It's a powerful framework for, really, stepping into the headspace and making the life decisions to become a successful course creator. So Ikigai is a combination of what you love, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and what you're good at. The challenge is a lot of us really focus on one of these things or 2 of these things without really looking at all 4. And when you can find that overlap, then, that's what fuels you for decades. For me, just as spoiler alert, my Ikigai is education entrepreneurship. That's what I love. The world needs it. I get paid to do that, making software, making training. And I'm decently good at it after doing it for a while and seeing a lot of patterns in the space of, just being in this industry for about 15 years. So, the other challenge is that sometimes people get inwardly focused, like they want to make money or they want to quit their job. But we find if you switch your mindset to having an outward focus and really making it about, hey, it's not about me and my desire to have a location independent business. It's about me being in service and helping other entrepreneurs break free or whatever it is. That outward focus can really help you find a lot more power and energy. And the other thing I find really helpful is to create your course creator sanctuary. So for me, I actually built a little cabin in my backyard. That's where I'm at right now, where I can step into here at any time and run my business, create content, do live videos like this. Outside my windows, I see our little organic farm, and my kids are playing if they're playing outside. And this is my sanctuary. This is where I work. You have to make the space to be able to create art. Even if it's like a little closet like Stephen King has to like write every day. Everybody's sanctuary is unique to them. So this is an example of Ikigai. This is Ziv Raviv, who we talked about earlier, about creating animal balloon or tying balloons as arts, including animals, but also clothes and making people smile and laugh. This is Balloon Artist College. Ziv found his Ikigai of, what he loves to do. The world needs a little laughter. People pay him to learn how to make money as a balloon artist. And then he's good at it. And he used to do this in person before he created his course about it. The next day is all about focusing your avatar. So you may have heard this, but stay with me so we can uncover any blind spots of what you might be missing to really focus in on who you serve. If you don't focus your avatar, I've learned this lesson the hard way myself. It can be really slow. You build a confusing product and you get really unfocused. You don't really know what to put in the lesson content, or you build a giant course, what we call a kitchen sink course. Let's see here. There we go. But if you do focus the avatar, you're going to get fast, you're going to build an awesome product, and you're going to have focus, and the course is just going to kind of roll out of you a lot easier. And when you have that focus, you know who you're helping, you have clarity, and clarity is priceless. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation in life where you did not have clarity, but once you have it, everything just gets way easier. So I'm going to show you how to get more clarity so you can focus your energy for maximum efficiency and profit. So the learner avatar is a fictional or real person who has the same needs, pains, and wants as the ideal customer your course is designed to serve. So here's a little worksheet. Again, you can get all these by the link that's in the chat. So don't feel like you got to write it down real quick. But what you want to do is you want to decide or find out who it is that you help. What are their pains and frustrations? What are their desires? Who I help, education entrepreneurs and the WordPress professionals that support them. Those are two avatars. The education entrepreneurs, their pains are, they don't have like the income they want. They may be working in a job that they hate, or they're ready to move on from. They want to work from home. They want more freedom over their time. Their desires are to actually create a digital product that can sell all over the world. They want, to be respected in their community as somebody who, has a successful business. They want to, monetize their skills and all this. And really it's important to find a primary measurable goal and then a primary identity transformation. So if we think about Ziv Raviv, who is the balloon artist guy, the primary measurable goal there is he helps people start and grow balloon art companies. So it's going to be amount of money that people have made as a professional balloon artist. That's a measurable goal. The primary identity transformation is to go from somebody who's interested to being an actual balloon artist. So that's an identity transformation. Demographics are things we can kind of look at on the outside, like gender, age, location, income, marital status, number of children. Psychographics are things that are more intangible about people, like what are they interested in? What are the experts and authors that they follow? What tools and software do they use? I mean, if you're on this call, I bet you use WordPress, you love marketing automation, you're likely using Groundhog. You probably, are using WP Engine or SiteGround or Kinsta for hosting. These are things we know about our audience. What online communities do people hang out in? And this is just an example here of that transformation of I help you become a balloon boss at the comfort of your own home. So this is an identity transformation. And next up, we're going to get into the actual offer creation. So we're almost halfway through this 5-step process. I know I'm going through it a little fast, but I'm giving you guys in this short presentation the full 5 days kind of framework that you can slow down and take at your own pace at lifterlikes.com/challenge. But if you don't have an offer, the offer is in the middle of the 5 days, and it's honestly the most important thing that you need to get right to create a successful course that has a chance at creating significant income. If you don't have a winning offer, it's easy to get overwhelmed. You don't know what to say, and you end up creating a confusing offer that people don't buy, which is really disappointing and sad. But if you do create the winning offer, you'll know exactly what to say, you'll have focused, and it'll be a no-brainer. It'll be easy for the people to buy, just like the kind of the balloon artist idea. Like if somebody was an aspiring balloon artist and they found the perfect offer, they're going to buy it. And the cool thing about having a great offer is that you get a very low stress level. So I don't know if you're anything like me, but who out there could use a lot less stress because you know that the offer that you're putting out in the world is really going to land perfect or is already landing perfect. So in this section, we're going to learn how to reduce stress in 1 hour by developing a winning offer without any kind of sleazy sales methods or cheesy tactics. So an offer it refers to a promise that a course creator makes in exchange for another party's money, time, and effort. It's really important that we get that part, that it's not just about people wanting our course. They're literally giving up some of their life energy, their money, their time, and they're going to put effort into it. So you need to offer them something that they want, that actually works, that you can deliver. And just to show you how to make a winning offer, it really boils down to these 3 steps. I learned this from a friend of mine, Dane Maxwell. This is he calls it the holy grail of business. Essentially, you have a customer, a result, and a mechanism. This is the core of it. So the key customer is the avatar. The result is what they want, which is ideally an identity transformation. And then the mechanism is your course, which has your methods and techniques in there. So to put together a winning offer, you need a clear customer, a result, and a mechanism to get that result. And then ideally, it's in a certain amount of time that you can promise it. And then also handle the 2 most common objections. So the short version of an offer is don't even mention your course. Don't even mention the mechanism. Say, I help X customer get Y result. That is the short offer pitch. So I help balloon artists start and grow their companies. That's a short offer. The long offer is my course helps balloon artists start and grow their companies in 1 month without wasting time or money. That's an example of a long offer hitch. So this is really the most important slide of the whole presentation. If you get this right, it'll create the guardrails and just kind of check that you have done the foundational work to have a clear offer for your online course. So Savvy Cleaner, we were talking about Angela Brown here. So she helps house cleaners and maids start and grow their companies. That's what she does. And it's very clear who she is and what she helps. And, there's a picture of her, embodying her type of customer that she serves. So this is a clear offer. Day 4, this is some of the fun stuff here is we're going to actually create our course outline. And the way that we do that, well, first of all, is we want to do that. Otherwise, we don't know what to teach. We get super unorganized and we realize we have no teaching background and fell in love with the idea of making a course, but now have no idea what we actually need to do. But I'm going to show you a framework so you can put together your course outline. You'll know exactly what to teach. You'll stay organized. And you'll have an instructional design system that you can use over and over and over again. So the outcome of this part of the 5-day, 6-figure course plan challenge is to actually create your course outline. This is super important. And once you have this, actually creating the content and everything becomes a lot easier. And you'll have a product that you can sell or even pre-sell before you make the content. So you're going to learn how to create your money attracting course outline in 1 hour, even if you've never taught anything before. This is super special. And don't jump to this until you've figured out your offer, because if you start doing this, you're going to be inefficient if you haven't figured out your offer and your avatar and all that stuff. So a syllabus is a structured outline of the main points of a course curriculum. That's what a course outline is. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the rule of thirds here to create our course outline. So this is it in a nutshell. And I'm going to take it a step further, but essentially, remember, we have our clear customer and the result that they want. So if you were to help somebody go from 0 to hero, whatever that their starting point and their end point is, and it passed through 3 phases, what would those phases be? Figure that out, and force yourself to stay with only 3 phases. Don't expand into like more than that, because inside each phase we're going to have steps, which is the lesson content. And then within that step, we're going to have action items, which we'll look at in the next slide. That actually is the steps people need to do and the actions they need to take to get the result. So if I was going to teach you how to build your first online course, that's what we're kind of doing here. And I'll show you how I'm using this exact framework in this presentation. But just to back up a little bit, if I was going to teach you how to create, I'm going to help business owners create their first website in a weekend. This is actually what launched my WordPress career. Is I created a video series on how to launch a WordPress website in a weekend. And I did that back in 2012 or so. But the first phase might be get the foundational pieces set up. Phase 2 might be install plugins and themes. Phase 3 might be set up all your content. And then we would break that into steps. So like phase 1 of foundations, step 1 might be to get a domain name. Step 2 would be to install hosting or select hosting. Step 3 would be get WordPress installed and ready to get started with. So that's how I do like a phase within that, building a website journey. And then what comes after this is this gives you the outline to actually make the lesson content or know what you need to teach so that people can get the result. So if our first step one is to get your domain name, action one would be something like figure out where to buy your domain name, and you might be making certain recommendations. Action two would be decide on the domain name you want to buy, and you would have content about like the difference between a .com or a .co or .net or whatever. And step three would be about, or action three would be about purchase your domain name and set up your email address or something like that. This would be, you see how I'm like chunking down a phase into steps and then action plans for each step. So just to go back a level, we have a customer who wants a clear result. There's 3 phases or milestones they need to go through. To achieve each milestone, there's 3 steps. And inside each step is an action item list to implement or to successfully complete that step. So think about people, going from A to B and the various, phases, steps and actions they need to do to complete the process. So I'm using this same framework with you right here today. So these are my phases. I'm doing a 5-day challenge. So I divided it into, this first half of the challenge, second half of the challenge, and then bonuses. These are like my 3 phases. And then within this phase, you have to complete, you have to do these steps. You have to commit to success. You have to step into power. You have to focus the avatar. On phase 2, you have to define the winning offer and create the course outline. And we literally just did that. So if that's what we just went through. So if we went back here, we taught about the outline, and then this is action 1 to define your phases. Action 2 is to define the steps within the phases. And action 3 is to define the actions within the steps. So you see how I use the exact framework I'm teaching you to kind of use this rule of thirds to build up the strategy for our course content. Day 5, this is the last day in the 5-day challenge. This is all about designing success systems. Most course creators never even think about this, but it's super important. The problem is if you don't have a success system, you end up creating a low value course. You get low completion rates and you end up with unhappy customers. So if you do design success systems, you create a desirable product, you have high completion rates, and you have satisfied customers that refer their friends, which is super awesome. So we know we have a successful success system for our online course when our happy customer count and our testimonials and our referrals and everything just keep going up. So this is how to guarantee happy customers in alignment with your preferences and personality type. So there's a new industry called customer success, which is the business or methodology or of assuring that customers achieve the desired outcomes while using your course. So basically, the big challenge in our industry is that many people don't deliver to their customers what they promise in the marketing. And it's not, they may have some good content, but they're not being available or providing help so that when people get stuck going through the course or the mechanism, when they get stuck, they just have the content and they have nobody to help them. And I'm going to show you how to think about customer success in a way that it's going to work for your personality type and whatever your preferences are. So this is how I think about customer success. There's different systems we can create, and I put them on 2 axes here. We can do private support. We can do group support. We can do asynchronous support, which means happening not at the same time, or we can do synchronous support, which happens at the same time. So it's really up to you what kind of success support systems you want to provide your ideal learners. And it's all about what you like to do, what you have time to do. You can also think about how valuable these different styles of success are in your market, because it can influence what you can charge for your course. But if we're in a group format, group is the highest leverage. So if you want to do it asynchronously, meaning, okay, I don't want to be live with people at the same time, like I'm live with you right now, those of you that are live here, this is actually, this is like a group coaching call or a live event, a group live event that we're in right now, the people that are on here live. So that's group and synchronous. Another thing you can do live is a peer mastermind. So if people get together with each other, like in your program, and they mastermind and stuff like that, that's a synchronous group event. Thanks for the shout out, Paul. In the group format, asynchronous though, like some people don't like the pressure of live, and that's okay. You can create a social media group where the expectation is not real-time response. You can do peer review where your learners review each other's work in progress. You can use a learning management system like Lifter LMS and have lesson comments enabled, and you can engage as an instructor when students have questions underneath the content in the comment thread. And let's talk about private. So asynchronous private is email support is a great option. So that's one-on-one connection between the instructor or the coach and the student by email. It adds a lot of value. When you take a master class, if you've seen the advertisements for master class, Steve Martin, you can get his course on how to be funny and make comedy, but he's not going to respond to your email or help you with your jokes. That's why master class is only $15 a month or whatever it is. There's no success system. So, that's another reason why you should create a course. Even if you're not some super famous person, you can compete based on your success system. Just keep that in mind. Think about that. And then another thing you can do that's asynchronous is have private website content for individual students. So Lifter LMS has a plugin for this called Private Areas that helps. It's kind of like creating a private blog between an instructor and a learner. And then if you want to do private at the same time, you can do private one-on-one coaching calls. So that's not group format, and it can be very time intensive. But I know, for example, Ziv, who we were talking about earlier, the balloon artist guy, he does. I know he did at one time a lot of one-on-one coaching as part of his course. And then the big one, this one a lot of people don't even know about, is called an in-person VIP day. So some of the top course creators or coaches, they'll literally get on a plane, either themselves or their whole team, and fly to the person's location and spend a day with them to implement the program or to help where they're stuck. And these kinds of things are like $10, $20, $30, $50,000. These are extremely high end, but just letting you know, that's an option that you can do where you actually go to the client, to their home or place of business, and help them, be successful with your program. All right. So those are success systems. Melissa Love here, she's a Lifter LMS customer. She's got courses, she's got templates and calendar of events, webinars. She has discounts she's negotiated for her community and so on. But one of these things that she does, she created a success system called co-working sessions. So she would have office hours where people would come and ask questions. And then she did an experiment where she found that if she opened a Zoom like we're in right now, a bunch of her people in her coaching program, and her courses just like to hang out together while they worked on their web design projects. And if somebody had a question, they could like go in a breakout room and Zoom or whatever. And so she and her people really loved it, and they ended up not wanting more webinars. They just wanted more co-working sessions. So there's so many kinds of success systems that you can invent for your online course. So just keep that in mind. So that's the 6-figure course plan challenge, so that you can create your money-making course plan in just 5 days. So you can confidently launch a course without wasting time or money. If you're joining this call late, you may not have seen the link. So you can get access to this training that we just went through for free. I put it in the chat. It's lifterlikes.com/challenge. There's three bonuses you get, where I show you how to build a course website in under an hour. I help you create the optimal pricing for your course based on what your market will actually pay and the value of your course. And I show you how to get traffic without doing paid ads. So go to lifterlikes.com/challenge and check that out. Yeah, so get the bonuses. And I went kind of fast today because I'm basically giving you the 5-day process in less than an hour. But having watched this, slow it down, take 1 hour a day and do each day 1 day at a time. And in 1 week, it'll change your life. You'll have a course plan, and it becomes much easier, and your odds of success go way up when you do that. Go to lifterlikes.com/challenge. There's a link in the chat so that you can enroll in that. And also want to thank some people that really helped me, in addition to all the customers and users and just my own watching of the industry over the years, come up with this framework. Simon Bowen is an incredible instructional designer from Australia. I learned a lot from him. Julie Dirksen wrote the book called Design for How People Learn. I've learned a ton from her. Aaron Fletcher is also a really talented marketer and systems thinker that some of the ideas you've seen here were influenced by him. So just want to throw thank you to these great influences out there. And there's many more besides these. And I want to thank you for letting me do my best work and do what I love to do, which is to help education entrepreneurs, people with something to teach, who want more financial freedom. They want to change the world. They want to live life and have creative freedom the way they want to live. And also the WordPress professionals and agencies that support that industry. Love helping those two groups of people. We've probably got both of those groups on this call. So thank you for letting me do that. And this is the 5-day 6-figure course plan challenge. Go sign up at lifterlikes.com/challenge, and got a bunch of free bonuses in there for you inside the course over on our website. So go check that out. I'm happy to take any questions and get into any of the concepts I've talked about here, even do any live teardowns or feedback sessions on anything anybody's got related to creating an online course or picking a niche or defining their avatar or getting over their personal stuff, trying to kind of step into the power and get focused. Happy to take any questions. Just load up the chat or the Q&A box, and happy to take anything. But that's it for how to come up with a course plan. I'd encourage everybody to spend some time planning. It's easy as an entrepreneur, especially a creative person, to kind of want to get into the tools and just start building and launching. But some good old-fashioned time with some pen and paper and some worksheets like we've shown you here today can really help you create a plan that has a likelihood of success, and also just save you a bunch of time. So when you when you have a clear offer, when you know who you're helping, when you set up your environment for success, when you implement the rule of thirds in terms of, okay, that's a 9-lesson course with 3 phases, or three sections, and then 3 action steps within each lesson. If you limit yourself to that constraint, you can end up creating some really solid content. So got some questions in the chat. Solo loves Groundhog, and they're looking for a full white label solution. Yeah, if you want to build a white label learning management system, Lifter, our solution is a learning management system. And we have some resources on our site about how to white label it. So if that's of interest to you, you can make that happen and create Solo LMS. I can't speak for Groundhog and white labeling, but yeah, definitely check out Lifter LMS. And just go to our blog. We wrote a post within the past 90 days about how to white label Lifter LMS. So yeah, check that out. Yeah, it sounds like Greg saying Groundhog has white labeling also. That's fantastic. And yeah, Gary's saying great content, applicable in so many ways. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, you can apply some of these concepts here to any business or entrepreneurial endeavor. Yeah, Alex is going to go through the actual challenge. So I'm excited for you. This was just like the high level flyby of like, let's look at the framework. But yeah, excited to see you in there. He's asking, what are your thoughts on video only versus text and image content and screenshot based courses? I'm a big fan of 2 things: giving the market what they want and need, and knowing that not everybody's wired the same way. But then I'm also a fan of honoring your personality type and your preferences as the entrepreneur behind the business. So the part where we looked at the success systems, you could see how we were giving the market what they want. But if you don't like doing live calls, you don't have to do live calls to give them a success system. The same goes true for content. Some people are video learners. Some people are readers. Some people like to take action. So if you don't have to do videos to be successful with a course. A lot of courses do have video these days, but it is by no means a requirement. It's really about what does the market need to get the result that you promised. And maybe they don't need to have video. Maybe you have to just get really good at providing, text instructions and worksheets that have fill in the blank, kind of paint by numbers steps in there. If you can, it's nice to provide, some video. Like the classic thing is to do some video, then have a transcript, and then have some worksheets. You'll see in our challenge, the 5-day challenge, we've got video, but we also have the PDF downloadable worksheets that you can work through, and you can translate those into different languages if you want to. And it's all about just letting the market absorb your content how they want to. But don't let video stop you if you're not ready for video yet. Just go ahead and launch it with text and images and downloads and stuff.
Hey, Chris, how'd it go?
It went awesome.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
We do see a comment that the Canva link you shared is not working.
That's because I didn't mean to share that. That's my link for the slides presentation. But once I let it rip, I couldn't get it back. So yeah. If you do want a copy of that presentation, though, it's actually in the free course. So just go to lifterlikes.com/challenge, and you actually get a copy of this Canva presentation.
Perfect. So Kristen, that is how you get the copy, is go to lifterlikes.com/challenge. That's right. And you took care of video versus text.
Yeah.
Beautiful.